Government, singular with plural verb. We need to improve relations with foreign government. Politics, uncountable, with S. The politics are changing slowly. Oligarchy. This word has two forms, uncountable and countable. Uncountable means when a country or organization is run by a small group of people. Example: eventually oligarchy took over from democracy. Oligarchy. Countable, usually singular. A small group of people who run a country or organization, or a country that is run by a small group of people. Democracy. It has two forms, uncountable and countable. Uncountable. A system of government in which every citizen in the country can vote to elect its government officials. For example, the government has promised to uphold the principles of democracy. Another meaning is a situation or system in which everyone is equal and has the right to vote, make decisions. Democracy. Democracy as a countable word means a country that has a government which has been elected by the people of the country. Ballot. Uncountable and countable. A system of voting, usually in secret, or an occasion when you vote in this way. For example, the party leader is elected by secret ballot. Workers at the plant held a ballot and rejected strike action. Ballot. Ballot can be used as a countable form too. It means a piece of paper on which you make a secret vote equals ballot paper. The ballot equals the vote. He won 54% of the ballot. Congress. It has two forms, countable and uncountable. Countable. The group of people chosen or elected to make the laws in some countries. Congress. As uncountable and countable forms means a formal meeting of representatives of different groups, countries, etc., to discuss ideas, make decisions, etc. For example, a Congress of the ruling Labour Party. Negotiations. It is a countable noun and is usually plural. Also, it can be uncountable. Official discussions between the representatives of opposing groups who are trying to reach an agreement, especially in business or politics. For example, the negotiations with the company had reached a crucial stage. Lower house, singular. A group of elected representatives who make laws in a country. Example: the lower house has 92 members. The judiciary. All the judges in a country who, as a group, form part of the system of government. For example, we need a judiciary that protects the rights of all our citizens. Monarchy. It has two forms, uncountable and countable. Uncountable. The system in which a country is ruled by a king or queen. For example, the abolition of the monarchy. Monarchy. As a countable form means a country that is ruled by a king or queen. Responsibility. This word can be countable and uncountable. Uncountable. A duty to be in charge of someone or something, so that you make decisions and can be blamed if something bad happens. For example, Kelly's promotion means more money and more responsibility. Responsibility. Countable. Something that you must do as part of your job or duty. For example, my responsibilities include answering the phone and dealing with customer inquiries. Election. Countable. when people vote to choose someone for an official position. Examples: the Labour Party won the 2001 election by a huge majority. Elections for the state governorship will be on November 25th. Coalition. Countable. One meaning is, a union of two or more political parties that allows them to form a government or fight an election together. Coalition of. A coalition of democratic forces. The other meaning is a group of people who join together to achieve a particular purpose, usually a political one. A coalition of environmental groups. Coalition. Coalition as an uncountable word means a process in which two or more political parties or groups join together. For example, he hoped to convert his party members to a belief in coalition. Election. This word has two forms, countable and singular. As a countable word means when people vote to choose someone for an official position. For example, elections for the state governorship will be on November 25th. Election. As a singular noun. The fact of being elected to an official position. Within 3 months of his election he was forced to resign. SB's election to something. His election to Parliament. Prime Minister. It is countable. Abbreviation is PM. The most important minister and leader of the government in some countries which have a parliament. Examples: the British Prime Minister. He first became Prime Minister in 1982. Parliament. It is a countable noun which be used with plural verb. The group of people who are elected to make a country's laws and discuss important national affairs. For example, they demanded a free parliament and press. Moreover, parliament has another form too. It is singular also with plural verb. The main lawmaking institution in the UK, which consists of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. For example, the government has actually increased its majority in Parliament. Republic. Countable. A country governed by elected representatives of the people, and led by a president, not a king or queen. Example: 9 republics took part in the referendum. President. It is countable and means the official leader of a country that does not have a king or queen. For example, the President of General Motors. Congress. Uncountable and countable. A formal meeting of representatives of different groups, countries, etc., to discuss ideas, make decisions, etc. A Congress of the ruling Labour Party. Countable form of Congress means the group of people chosen or elected to make the laws in some countries. Ally. It is a countable word. The meaning is a country that agrees to help or support another country in a war. A meeting of the European Allies. The Allies, the group of countries including Britain and the US that fought together in the First and Second World Wars. Constituency. It is countable. British English, an area of a country that elects a representative to a parliament. A rural constituency. Constituency boundaries. For example, he represents the Essex constituency of Epping Forest. Coalition. Countable. A union of 2 or more political parties that allows them to form a government or fight an election together. For example, the groups united to form a coalition. Candidates. Countable. Someone who is being considered for a job or is competing in an election. For example, a presidential candidate. Candidate for. There are only 3 candidates for the job.